Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life 100%, coming to you doing the Sacred Path cards again today. Thank you for joining me. Today I've selected the Peace Tree spread, and I hope all of you are having a good morning out there, and it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. It's a little cloudy, but I think I'm going to get outside and take a walk anyway. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you find this reading helpful, please like, subscribe, and share, and make some comments if you like. So the peace tree spread should be used if you're feeling at odds with your environment or aspects of self. The peace tree is a white pine, which symbolizes the end of strife and the union of the original 5 nations of the Iroquois Peace Confederacy. We of the Wolf Clan hold peace as our guiding light. In understanding the role of peace in the 5th world on which we are now embarking, we must first seek inner peace. The serenity that comes from a clear conscience, a humble heart, a smiling face, a twinkling eye, and a gentle touch, and a positive outlook is the goal. In the modern world, where the serene forests are not always available, confusion, worry, hurry, and noise take their toll. The peace tree lives in the hearts and the minds of those who seek the silent places of the spirit. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I am seeking the silent places of my spirit so that I can go out and be peaceful in, the world that's going on outside of me, which isn't always peaceful. So, in order to have peace in my life, I have to have peace on the inside. That's what my past experience has taught me, because when I don't have peace on the inside, then I'm just out creating more not peace. So at least I can walk away from something that isn't peaceful and know that I still have peace within me. I guess that's what my experience has given me. So I'm going to shuffle these cards and know that I have peace within myself, and that I'm sharing these messages with you to let you know how I am gaining peace within myself, even though, not everything is going my way in my life today. Things are better than they used to be, but I still have to make progress in some areas of my life, and I don't have the ability to control the peace or lack of peace that others have within themselves, and it's not my job to do that. So if people do not want peace within themselves, then they will not have that. That's something that you have to seek within yourself. And I'm still not perfect at it, but I get up every day and make great strides towards enlightening myself, knowing myself, and seeking peace within myself, and finding peace within my life, and people to share that peace with that are on a similar journey. So thank you for tuning into my channel. If I didn't say that already, I'm just going to take a few deep breaths. And I ask Great Mystery, Great Spirit, my ancestors, my angels, Ascended Masters, Mother Mary Magdalene, and Jesus Christ to come into this reading and help me be a bridge from the crooked trail to the sacred path. Help me be a peacemaker, a true witness and healer, and share my message from my sacred heart in truth to help others that may be struggling like I have. Just release all tension and the desire and need to control the things in my life that I have absolutely no control over. And know that I am protected and guided along this path. Thank you. So I'm going to select 5 cards. Sorry, the light keeps going weird. I'm going to select 5 cards, and we'll see what Great Mystery and Great Spirit have to share with us for a message today. Oops. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first card I drew is Sundance, number 6. Oops, I think I only drew 4. I got to draw another one. 5. Okay, so the first card I drew is Sundance. So this is the buried talent card, which represents the gift or ability that you are not acknowledging because you haven't sent your roots deep enough into our Earth Mother. This talent will directly apply to seeking inner peace. So self-sacrifice. Number 6. Excuse me. Within the sacred arbor, the warriors dance the sun, tied to the tree of life until the dance is done. They feel the pain of woman, so the people may live, seeking medicine visions as of their pain they give. The traditional sun dance is a ceremony or ritual that allows warriors the right to give of their pain, of their blood, of their prayers, and of themselves, sacrificing for the good of all people. The sun dance is usually held once a year by each tribe. It's a 4-day ceremony that honors the 4 directions in the sacred tree of life and gives the warriors an opportunity to prove their worthiness to be protectors of the people. The sun dance is called by its name because Grandfather Sun is known and honored as the source of love and warmth on the Earth Mother. The male aspect of Grandfather Sun demonstrates how warriors can be the protective and loving force that allows all members of the tribe to grow and flourish under their protection. As Grandfather Sun gives light to all green and growing things on the Earth Mother and protects us from darkness of thought, heart, or total night, so must the warriors of the people protect their nations from enemies, loss of courage, and the dark night of the soul when fears take over. To sacrifice of one's self is to bring a knowing that the sacrificer is loyal to the people. This ancient ritual is considered a strong act of love. It teaches us how to walk in balance and let go of the parts of ourselves that are only interested in the personal I. The Sundance card asks us to take a look at what needs to be sacrificed so that our sacredness of our lives may be restored. It could be that doubt or fear are trailing our dreams and need to be sacrificed so that our dreams may live. On the other hand, if some old habit or bad habit has limited our capability, that habit needs to be conquered. Recklessness and overindulgence can thwart the abundant life we seek if we do not rid those parts of the self that represent our shadow. Our shadow is always ready to be sacrificed. If you have learned from dancing with the darkness of ignorance, you will learn that it no longer is sacred in your life. Then the sacrifice becomes your truth. If you use less paper in order to save the rainforest, you make them sacred. In all instances, you are being asked to give up something in order to stand in your truth of your convictions. Giving up aerosols, apathy, bitterness, greedy friends, or too much sugar can change the worth of your life. Remember, self-sacrifice is not denying your own needs, but rather the self's decision to willingly sacrifice limitation through action. So that's a good reminder for me today, because I did sacrifice and I did deny myself my own needs. I denied myself pleasure. I don't know if it was just a form of self-punishment because of the guilt and shame that I held because of my addiction, and I'm not, and just past abuse, that I no longer needed anybody to abuse me. I could do it just fine myself. So I denied myself pleasure. I denied myself, basic human needs like comfort, love, support, nurturing, because I did not feel worthy of those things. And I self-sacrificed to the point of near death. And sometimes it's funny because the people in your life don't even realize that that's what you're doing for them until you go away to try to take care of yourself, because you've given so much to them that it's killing you. So I had to find balance. Like it said, I had to find balance. And I had recklessness and overindulgence when I was in the worst parts of my addiction, because I only had the I. What was I going to get out of it? Or how was I going to make out? Rather than how can I help? So, I've danced with the darkness of ignorance for quite some time. It's like dancing with the devil. And I've watched my friends do the same thing, and my family members. And the thing is, I'm standing in my truth, and my sacrifice becomes my truth, because I'm ridding myself of the shadow parts of me that no longer serve a purpose in my life. And I'm giving away greedy friends that don't want to see me win, that just want to use me up because of my kindness, and then think that I'm going to tolerate it, and then allow them back into my heart after they've stomped the shit out of it. So I don't have bitterness about it. I'm grateful that I love myself more today, and that I'm more choosy about who I let into my sacred space and who I allow into my sacred heart. Because ultimately I love everyone. But if they can't treat me with respect, then I can't be around them. So I'm grateful for making my self-sacrifice worth it, and that it does become my truth. Because I've made a decision to sacrifice limitation through action by cutting the greedy friends off. So, that didn't see my worth, that thought they were better than me. So, I'm grateful that I'm able to do that today, and to love myself more, and to take time for me, and know that that's what I need to do at this time, and allow nurturing people around me that have danced the sun before me, and be grateful for their self-sacrifice that's helped me get to this point in my life. So that's how I seek inner peace, because I dig my roots deep into the Earth Mother, and I make my self-sacrifice worth it by reaching out and helping others that need uplifting, and that have been through the self-sacrifice similar to what I have given and weren't appreciated either. And we appreciate one another, and the hard knocks of life that have gotten us to this point, and we rely upon our own intuition and empathy and inner knowing, who to trust with our sacred hearts. So that is a gift, and that's how I use that buried talent, and know and acknowledge the abilities that I have through keeping myself grounded and making my self-sacrifice worth it to help others. The second card is the Ruth card. The second card is the Root card, which represents the strength to be gained. This card gives the tool needed to earth your confusion and replace it with substance or strength. When looking at this lesson presented by this card, you may wish to imagine this card as the root of your new understanding. So, fire medicine, passion and spontaneity. So if I'm not passionate about something I'm doing, then I'm going to lose interest, get bored, and my sacred heart's just not into it. So, um, I'm passionate about doing these YouTube videos. I'm not making any money at this time doing this, but it's helping me, and I hope that it's helping others. And then it makes my self-sacrifice worth it. All the pain and hell that I put myself through and allowed others to put me through to get me to this point. Um, it makes it worth it if I can help one person not put themselves through the shit that I put myself through to get to this point. So that's what it took for me to live in passion and spontaneity and to be free within my own sovereign being, because I had been imprisoned in my own mind. I had felt prisoner to others and their addictions and their limited beliefs in myself, because they limited themselves and or wanted to control me, and that isn't love. So I'm so much more alive when I feel passionate and spontaneous about life, and go with the flow of life, and then I'm not confused, and I have substance and strength because I'm passionate and fiery and spontaneous and living life to the fullest, enjoying everything I do because I'm passionate about it. It doesn't feel like a chore or a job or a worn out pattern from yesterday, because every day is a new adventure and I never know what I'm going to do. Um, that might scare the shit out of some people. At one time it scared the shit out of me. But this is the root of my new understanding. If I am not passionate or spontaneous about my life, then I'm just living in the worn out shit from yesterday that no longer served me. And I'm going to keep getting what I got, which is stagnancy and, yeah, what I don't want. Sacred fire within us, place of eternal flame, burn away the barriers in great mystery's name. Teach us warmth and goodness, the love of grandfather son, melting every difference until we are truly one. Warmth. The warmth of fire is a basic part of the human two-legged makeup. We've been taught by grandfather son was the warmth of the first world that became manifest after creation. And this represented the love of great mystery for all Earth's children. So another aspect of the warmth of fire medicine is sexuality. Native people have always considered coupling a sacred act. When two people are attracted to each other sexually, a sacred union is in the making. During the fourth world of separation, the children of Earth forgot to honor the sacredness of sexuality, which originally was considered a holy extension of the Earth Mother and Father Sky's union that brought fertility and abundance. We two-leggeds are most like wolves and mate for life when there is no fear or separation inside of our hearts. The modern-day custom of rapid marriages and divorces is allowing us to heal all aspects of ourselves that have become separate and cold. We are being forced to see the reflection of ourselves we cannot love in the actions of those around us or in a mate. In a sense, this custom is a discovery process that will eventually lead us back to the ideas of natural, sacred union that has its roots in unconditional love of Mother Earth and Father Son's love for us. Fire medicine is a reminder that all things come from and contain great mystery, which is original source. Passion for living is the fuel for this inner fire and is found through appreciation of every blessing physical life has to offer. If fire medicines appeared in your cards today, you are being asked to acknowledge the fire within. So this is the root of my new understanding. I have to be aware of the fire about my eternal flame that lives within me, because that is my powerful life force energy, my spirit that came from great mystery and great spirit, and I acknowledge that and honor that Your spontaneity for living depends on your connection to fire. You can support your passion for living through acknowledging all of the good medicine present in your life. Your ability to create adventure and excitement comes from your willingness to give yourself pleasure and joy. All that is needed to continue the passion is to decide that you're worthy and proceed. If you have any judgments about passion on the physical level, it may be time to clear them. All acts of life are sacred when treated in a respectful manner. Any old fears of intimacy or commitment can act as limitations to relationships. If this applies to you, clear the fear. As the fear leaves, so will the coldness of past hurts, and you will be ready for more rewarding future relationships. In all cases, fire medicine insists that we use the fire within to fuel our lives with energy. This energy comes from Mother Earth's passionate physicality and Grandfather Sun's spontaneous love. When we are in balance, this divine union sparks our natural desire for experiencing life. If the spontaneity is already happening to you, continue. So that's how I want to live my life, in spontaneity and passion. Passion for life, passion to experience beauty and joy within myself and in others and in my life. And that is the root of my new understanding that replaces my confusion with substance and strength. And I'm grateful for that. The third card is the trunk card, which signifies the lesson you need to apply to your physical body and your sense of self. To walk tall and in health and in balance, you should apply this lesson to your life. So, shaman, death, and rebirth. So, the old parts of me had to die, and a new me had to be born so that I could walk tall in health, balance, and I had to apply that lesson, mind, body, and spirit, and it to my sacred heart, and love myself more so that I would take care of my physical body, my mind and spirit, and my sacred heart, so that I could walk in health and balance and apply that lesson to my life and know that it was just a part of a cycle of my life, and that the old parts of myself were dying, and I had to let them die with dignity. And sometimes those old conditioning patterns are hard to let go of when that's all that you know. It can be scary, but it's worth it. So I feel much better on this side, growing new life within me, allowing the old parts of me to die with dignity on a daily basis, being mindful and aware of when my shadow parts creep up, and then handling them on my own. So 41 is shaman's death, and I have to learn that lesson on a daily basis and be mindful of it. Otherwise, I can slide back into old behavioral patterns and past conditioning that no longer works for me. And those are the cycles that I'm trying to break within my own life now, so that I don't keep recreating the same problems over and over and over again, because I've already learned those lessons, so I don't need to put myself through that hell again. So, grandfather, I do ask for death, for the parts of me that will not hear or speak the truth, which are too blind to see. Grandmother, give me birth again, with love as my guide, truth and beauty as my path, with nothing left to hide. So I had to get really honest with myself, and see parts of myself that I didn't necessarily want to see. But I had to be aware of them. And that took a lot of soul searching and seeing parts of me that I wanted to hide that were still there, no matter how much I tried to push them down. The shadow side of the self, which inhibits growth, is constantly forced to die. These deaths occur on a daily basis, whether they be our fears, our doubts, our bad habits, our negative thoughts, or self-importance. These deaths mark spiritual progress and speak of the ability of humankind to walk in beauty. Every death of a part of the shadow announces the birth of a new talent or gift contained in the self. Every victory over a part of the self that does not walk in beauty is a rebirth in itself. Every time a person reaches a crossroads and a decision must be made, that change in attitude marks the death of the old and the birth of the new. Before the rebirth can continue or occur, the habit, attitude, relationship, or part of self that is dying must be looked at. Assist the process by consciously allowing the old to be removed, let go, and then make way for the new cycle of life to take hold. Remember that you are creating fertile ground for new adventures when you are willing to let your old identities die. The rebirth cycle is always full of promise and growth when you allow the old patterns to die with dignity. So that's what I'm doing. I am understanding that the shaman's death is a symbol of this growing and understanding that leads to wholeness within me. And when I can recognize that, the sacred path to wholeness and to go through the cleansing process of a shaman's death is admirable. Shaman's death is not just for shamans. Every time anyone wishes to change old habits and begin life again in a new and more productive way, there is a shaman's death. The one that makes the decision as to which of these sides of the self will allow further growth. So each person's forced to look at the light and the shadow. And then each person's able to see both sides as equally contributing to the process of your new awareness. So it's not bad or good. You just allow those parts to die with dignity, be grateful for your growth, and then move on to a new lesson. And then if it crops up again, then you're made aware of it, that it's something that you need to be mindful of and aware and allow it to die, but not beating yourself about it. Because that doesn't work. I used to beat myself up all the time about things and not being perfect. The fourth card, the branch card, tells you what lesson is needed to reach the light of grandfather son's love and understanding. This card is a clue to mental attitude. If your attitude is limiting the amount of joy you're experiencing, it will be evident to you. That is, if this card reflects something you're not doing, it reveals the mental attitude that could use just a little adjustment so that you may reach farther and touch the peace you seek. So smoke signals and intent. I have to have clear intentions on what I'm sending, the signals I'm sending out in the world. Excuse, my nose is itchy. So if I have a crappy mental attitude that is limiting my joy that I'm experiencing, then that's what I'm going to reflect to others. So then I have to adjust that to touch the peace that I seek, because when I am in a crappy attitude, I am sending mixed smoke signals, and others might take it personally, that something may be wrong with them, and really I'm just not right within me. Then I have to accept that and, hold myself accountable for that and take responsibility for, the mixed smoke signals I may be sending out. Sacred language of the sky, please speak to me. You who lives where eagle flies, spirit I can see, in the form of cloud people coming from the fire, sacred smoke you call me to be my desires. Let me travel skyward with a heart so true that may fly, with eagle and be close to you. So there's many unspoken languages that the red race understood. The messages in our medicine dreams and the language of the heart. So I feel like the language of the heart is an unspoken language. And if you are able to speak to people through your heart, there's never a misunderstanding. Heart language speaks all languages. And usually it was from a lack of not knowing myself or lack of self-love that I sent out mixed smoke signals, because sometimes other people's intentions weren't clear, when I doubted myself. And then I would send out mixed signals too. So, smoke signals are a language of the Sky Nation that relay the intention of the sender to those spirits who understand the heart's whispers. When smoke signals are sent to Great Mystery via the fire or pipe, a seeker is asking for an inner knowing about some question. So, smoke signals being sent your way call for clear intent. If your purpose or direction in life has been muddled, now is time to walk your talk. The signals you send to others may be bringing unwanted attention your way. Observe what it is that you are putting out and straighten up so that you will attract the kind of experiences and people you want inside your sacred space. Another message is a reminder from the spirit world. If you lack direction or have unclear intent as to what your needs are, the allies cannot assist you with those requests. Clear intent brings rewards on all levels and will speed your growth process. Pay attention and take advantage of the power of your intentions. You've won half the battle when your clear intent removes the barriers to indecisive action. I was ready to hold my truth high and to use my intent to touch the hearts of my fellow two-leggeds. I no longer needed to be hurt by lies or to take on the pain of those that talked their walk, instead of being the beauty that Great Mystery had created them to be. So I'm grateful for that lesson today because it makes my self-sacrifice worth it. It makes the passion that I have within my sacred heart and the spontaneous love and fire that I have within me, the eternal flame that burns, that's seeking passion and spontaneity. It makes it easier for me to allow those old patterns and thoughts of myself to die, and to make clear intent and know that my prayers are being answered by Father Sky, and that my smoke signals and intentions did reach Great Mystery and Great Spirit through my prayers and singing and a clear mental attitude that's based in love, loving myself, nurturing myself, and showing others how I'm doing that. The fifth card is the Father Sky card, which indicates the personal freedom that you can gain, knowing you may attain personal freedom whenever you find inner peace. You may also find the courage to lay aside judgments, conflicts, or doubts that keep you from the freedom of flight in Father Sky. The winds of change live in Father Sky and can also be your allies when letting go of old habits that create stagnation. So, returning home, the shawl. So I can return home to my inner knowing and the personal freedom that I have by returning home to Great Spirit, Great Mystery, the Earth Mother. I find inner peace within myself because I have been seeking personal inner freedom. And that's what I gain. That is my reward, because then I don't have to condemn and judge others and have conflicts with others, because I'm not doubting myself. Because when I'm doubting myself, that keeps me from freedom of flight in Father Sky. And then when others see me doubting myself, then I'm not in courage, and I haven't returned home because I don't have inner peace. The winds of change live in Father Sky. So when I have the ability to return home to my sacred heart and the Earth Mother and Great Mystery and Great Spirit, they are my allies when I'm trying to let go of my old habits that have created stagnation. Because when I have that connection with the divine energy, it will tell me what I need to let go of. And sometimes I just try too hard. And I have to let go and just allow Great Mystery to blow me in the right direction, if that makes sense. The Earth Mother welcomes her children home when they have lost their way. The trail was lonely and so long, she whispers for them to stay. Within the protection of the shawl, where love abides again, their hearts may reopen to recall all relations as their friends. Even my enemies, because I know deep down inside they're just hurting too, and they're their own worst enemy, and they're unhappy and miserable on the inside. So wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or way home. So I'm grateful for that knowing. I'm running out of memory, so peace, Mother Lover out. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. Love y'all.